Yeah, we're going to check out the steel from the Trade Center. They brought back. Randy, officer on Sequim PD, and the police chief, Dickinson, and Nelson, private detective, went and took the truck and drove across the country to New York, all the way here from Washington State to pick up the monument. Pretty nice. Being from New York, it's kind of special deal. You can see all the cut marks from the welders from I guess the first responders cutting up the steel. Boy, that's some thick stuff, man. That's gonna be 3 inches thick.
When did they go to New York and they rode across the country?
Yeah, they drove it across.
They brought it to us, didn't they? No, they went back.
Yeah, Randy and...
They brought it to us.
We drove to New York, picked it up, and drove it back.
Oh, cool. They went to New York.
Did you personally get to go?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yeah, there the other 2 guys in there and myself all went. 3 of us.
Oh, okay. Can I get your picture?
Did you have to go out to Kennedy Airport? It was in the hangar?
Hangar 17, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you take a picture of me and what is your name, sir?
Bill Dickinson.
The police chief.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Bill.
Kathy? Yes.
Randy's our neighbor. He lives up the block from us. On Williams.
Still use my camera?
Bring it off, that way. Sorry.
Just took a picture of you.
Go ahead, I take one mine.
Oh, I want one too.
I got 2 hands. Smile. You guys are on video. I'll make a still photo of it. Police Chief Dickinson went across the country, picked up the piece in Kennedy Airport, and drove all the way back here to Sequim. We're deeply grateful. This is the first time since 9/11 I've seen any of the steel right here in front of me. And very proud of our Sequim PD here. They did a great job. There's the 10th anniversary of 9/11.
We went to the Pentagon, and we went to Flight 93 crash site. So we went to all 3 places.
You guys went down to the Pentagon too, huh?
We went to the Pentagon, and we also went to the Flight 93 crash site.
Wow.
Why the hell is the Pentagon so... You don't hear so much about that.
Well, I don't think they want to talk about it that much, you know. I can tell you that from my very recent visit there that they have completely returned it to its original condition. You wouldn't know it happened except that the brick now, the stone, is a different, you know, a slightly different color. It's new as opposed to the old stone. But, you know, but the memorial, they built a memorial there. And all the people who were inside the Pentagon who were killed, their markers face out. All the people who were on the airplane who were killed, their markers face the Pentagon going in. And that's how you can tell whether it was a Pentagon employee or an airplane occupant that was killed.
Wow.
Don't they have the benches?
That's really cool.
A bench for every person
Yes.
who's here?
Every bench has one person's name on it.
And underneath they have the reflection of water.
Right.
And at 9:37 a.m. every day,
One of you.
stop for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now, where did they give you that? Where did you pick up that?
Hangar 17
Karen, you can take a picture, can't you?
at JFK is where they stored all the artifacts from the World Trade Center. And they were only released last year. These were involved in a long, protracted court action. And they were released last year, and so...
Did every state get a piece?
I think every state has at least one entity. They were released to only the people who were either going to put them in museums. There's a lot of pieces going to museums. And to entities that would create a memorial, which is, of course, what we got this for.
And what
So there's Chief, there's no spot yet picked out in Sequim for...
We would like it to be in the Flag Plaza at City Hall, and now the City Council will have that.
Have that debate, huh?
My decision.
Yeah.
So the City Council will make up their mind, but I think that's where it belongs. There's 5 days by presidential decree that flags fly at half-mast every year.
Today I have mine, yeah, it's set at half.
On September 11th, Pearl Harbor Day,
yes.
Memorial Day for veterans, Firefighter Memorial Day, and Law Enforcement Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
So, because one of those days is September 11th, and 2 of those are for police and fire, and the 3rd is for veterans.
Right.
You know, this really symbolizes all of those things, because the police officers have died, the firefighters have died.
That's right.
The military personnel, the Pentagon have died.
Thank you.
You know,
My Uncle Pete, we're on the NYPD, my family. My father's inside retired New York State Correction at Sing Sing, and my Uncle Pete's on the ESU, was on the ESU and NYPD. He was down there at Ground Zero. And I got some family friends. One's a lieutenant, Kevin McCarroll, lost his whole company in Tower 2. So it rings home for us. I'm getting kind of teary-eyed now just talking about it, but it doesn't take much to get me going.
Yeah, well,
I think the older you get, the more sentimental you get about these.
True, yeah. Especially after visiting the crash site at Flight 93, I was severely moved by that because they had the transcripts from the
flight
aircraft cockpit voice recorder, and they also had the transcripts of all the text messages and voicemail and 911 calls.
Wow.
That were placed from the people on the plane.
Were you able to listen to them, or?
Well, it's all typed out in transcripts. So we sat there and we read through them until actually a couple of us had to leave. We couldn't handle it.
So did they? Yeah, you break. So they have a building already set up at the Flight 93 field.
They actually what they have is a temporary memorial at the Flight 93, and it used to be like a barn. And that's where it's set up temporarily. But they're building a new memorial down at the crash site.
To put all the artifacts in permanently.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume that they'll continue to have these same books. But they have these books on display inside the building. And you can pick them up and read the transcripts. And you can hear everything that went on in the cockpit, or not hear it, but read it. And you can read everything that went on in the phone call.
So now, were your officers there and the detective? Were you guys all together at the same time?
Detective Nelson, Officer Kellas, and myself. The 3 of us made the trip in the truck.
So how did you guys fend when you started reading that? Were you pretty much all in tears?
We were totally choked up, couldn't speak.
Yeah, it's easy.
Only one of us, and I wasn't one of them. The detective was able to read through all of it. I couldn't read through all.
He was just up on stage inside, and I noticed that was Detective Nelson, wasn't it?
No, up on stage was me.
Oh, okay. No, there was another man in there.
The 2 guys that were standing there
kind of broke up. I thought. Oh, okay.
That's the other 2 guys.
Okay?
Yeah, I often read stories on the internet back home, and I got family back there, so it doesn't take me much to start tearing up. I posted my memorials today, and they had one at the NFL, and yeah, it doesn't take much. But you guys, it's real. This is pure patriotism, and of course, all your fallen brothers, you know, to drive all the way across the country. And did you guys? Yeah, I made.
You're gonna run out of memory on that thing pretty quick.
I made that trip across the states. It's a long trip. Okay, thanks a lot, Chief Dickinson. I appreciate it. This is a great thing great video to have now.
Thank you.
Why not? And there you have it, from the Sequim PD who went across the states. Here in our little town of Sequim, showing our patriotism on the 10th anniversary of 9/11. And we're going to go back.